everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a cancer/life update video. I filmed my cancer story in October or November, I don't remember, but that rhymed. So if you haven't watched that already, then maybe go and watch that first and then watch this video. I don't know if you even care, but you probably don't, but if you do, then watch that one first and then this one will make a bit more sense. When I filmed my cancer story I was still having chemo and going through treatment and stuff, so the video doesn't tell like the whole story. So yeah, I thought I'd film this video to just round everything up, close the book and move on. So yeah, if you are interested then please just keep watching. I actually finished my chemo on the 27th of January this year and I had 6 cycles in total. So basically I'd have a week of chemo, 2 weeks at home, and that would be 1 cycle. So I did that 6 times, if that makes sense. So I had 6 weeks altogether, but it wasn't like 6 weeks in a row. It worked out to be like 120 hours of chemo. If you haven't watched my cancer story, I actually had cancer before in 2015 to 2016 and I had more chemo then. 120 hours was for just this chemo that I've just had. If that makes any sense, I don't know, it probably doesn't. This time I had etoposide and ifosfamide. Finished my chemo on the 27th and then I had a month at home just to like give my body a chance to repair and my blood levels to like increase and stuff, so then I could have my operation. Operation was booked for the 28th of February I think. It got delayed for like a week because I had to do like an emergency surgery on someone else. So yeah, it got delayed a week. Ended up having it on the 5th of March. If you didn't know, I had osteosarcoma, which is a type of bone cancer. The first time I had it, it was in my femur bone, which is like the long bone in your thigh. This time that I've had it, it was in my lungs. It's still osteosarcoma, even though it's a type of bone cancer. It's still in my lungs, even though there's no bone in your lungs. So I had it in my femur bone and then it spread to my lungs. So I had to have an operation on my lungs. But if you haven't watched my cancer story, then I actually had another operation on my lungs in November 2016 because I had some nodules in my lungs that they didn't know if they had cancer in them or if they were osteosarcoma or whatever, because they couldn't see just from like an x-ray or a CT scan. So I had to have them removed and then they were tested and it turned out that there were osteosarcoma. That was in November 2016 and I had that on both sides of my lungs. I had a thoracotomy, which is just a type of lung surgery I guess, but I have 2 scars on my back that like sort of look like that. This time round I had a lobectomy, another scientific word, which is just another type of lung surgery. Basically your left lung, everyone's left lung has 2 lobes in it and everyone's right lung has 3 lobes. So they had to remove the top lobe of my right lung to get rid of the tumour because I had a tumour in the lobe and then I had another tumour that was a bit lower down, not in the top lobe. To get rid of the tumour they had to remove the whole lobe so they could be like sure it was gone and stuff. So they removed the top lobe of my right lung and then to get rid of that tumour then they removed the other tumour which was a bit low down nearer my windpipe, to remove a tiny bit of the lobe further down just to get a clear margin to remove that. The other 2 lobes in your lungs expand to fill the space because otherwise like there would be nothing there, so those 2 ones expand. My lobes didn't expand. There was some trapped air and fluid in the gap that the other 2 lobes would expand into, if that makes sense. It's not good because that can cause your lung to start collapsing. So yeah, my lung wasn't expanding, so it was like slowly collapsing downwards, which sounds really like serious, but I don't think it was that serious because there wasn't much air. But if the whole thing was filled up with air then it would just like collapse, but that didn't happen, so it's fine. After a week in hospital it hadn't fully expanded, so I had to stay another week in hospital just for them to monitor it because sometimes the air does just go by itself, but other times you need to have a drain put in. And I'd already had 2 drains in my side after the operation just to like drain any excess fluid or blood. I think that's what it does. They put them in when you're under the anaesthetic, but they do not take them out when you're under the anaesthetic and it's not a fun experience. They like pull it out, but it's like this thick, so you can like feel it coming out, and it's just, oh, fine now, but it was just horrible at the time. And because my lung wasn't expanding, I had to have another drain put in a few days after I had had those 2 drains taken out. Wasn't having surgery or anything, so they put it in while I was awake. I could, oh, it's horrible. I could like feel it going in. Like, it doesn't just go in like really smoothly because you have like stuff inside you, like muscles and whatever, I don't know. And then I had that in for like 2 or 3 days, and then the lung started to expand, and then I had that taken out. I forgot to say before, when they took away the 2 tumours, they also found 5 other nodules in my lung, which they weren't expecting to find. I managed to get rid of that. So everything is gone, and the surgeon is confident about that, and he said I was disease free because he got rid of everything. It's just amazing because it's been a long 2.5 years, I'll tell you that. After I finished my chemo the first time, when I had the tumour in my femur bone, I didn't feel like it was finished for some reason. I don't know, like I had my like whole knee replaced. I had like 7 or 8 months of chemo. On the last day I was just like, oh, like, is that it? Like, it just didn't feel like it was finished. It was really weird. Like, obviously it hadn't finished because November of the same year I had to have lung surgery to remove the nodules. Then after that, I just still didn't feel like it was finished. It was really weird. Like, I wanted to feel like it was finished, but I feel like it was too easy or anything like that, because it was not easy. But I just didn't feel like it was finished for some reason, and obviously it wasn't. I had to have more chemo and stuff a year later, and surgery and stuff, but it's really weird because now I just feel like it's finished. I can't describe it, but I just feel like that's it, if that makes sense. I don't know, I probably sound like a crazy person. So that sort of rounds up my cancer journey, story, whatever you want to call it. So another thing that I just wanted to touch on is I've actually recently become vegan, and the reason I wanted to include this is not because I want to make people feel bad about eating meat or eating dairy and stuff like that, because like it's up to everyone about what they eat, but I just feel like a lot of people don't know what I now know. So I just want to try and tell more people, and I'm not saying like you have to become vegan because none of my friends are vegan, but I just want to sort of inform people. When I say vegan, I just mean like vegan diet or like plant-based diet. So I've been vegan for like 4 or 5 months now, and the reason I became vegan is because I watched this video on YouTube of this really lovely girl called Tabs. It just like opened my eyes, so I'm going to link it down below because I just feel like you should watch it. It's called What to Do If You Get Diagnosed with Cancer, I think, or What to Do If You Have Cancer, something like that. So I feel like you should still watch it even if you don't have cancer, because it's just really informative and it's like literally changed my life. I've had cancer like 3 times now, and I just thought like there must be something that I'm doing wrong. It's really hard to explain because like it's come back. Like I didn't just have it once, it's come back, and I had it just in general, so that means I must have been doing something wrong. And I don't mean like people get cancer from smoking, drinking, whatever. I've never smoked in my life, so that's not the reason why it spread to my lungs or anything like that. I watched this video and I was like, oh, like it must be what I'm eating. It's so hard to explain without like saying it wrong. Basically there's a hormone in all animals and animal products and stuff called IGF-1, and it's like a growth hormone. Everyone has it in their body as well, but if you have too much of it, that's when like problems occur. And if it's in animal products and meat and dairy and all of that, then you're giving your body more of it, if that makes sense. So everyone needs it to just like grow in general, but if you're having too much of it, then that's bad, because cancer is basically just the result of your cells like overproducing and growing too fast and not being able to control themselves. If you're having like a hormone that makes things grow, then it like adds to how fast your cells are reproducing. I don't know how to say it, but in my brain I understand it. I think that makes sense. I was eating meat and dairy and stuff, so I thought that could be related to why the cancer kept coming back. And I'm not saying that eating meat and eating cheese and milk or whatever gives you cancer. Like, I'm not saying like if you eat a chicken you're gonna get cancer tomorrow. Like, I'm not saying that, because that's not the case for everyone. Everyone's body is different, and something that works for one person might not work for another person, or something that happens to one person because they did something might not be the same for another person. So yeah, I really recommend to watch this video and just sort of educate yourself more about it. If I can do anything to prevent my cancer from coming back again, then I feel like this is a really big step in the right direction, because what you put in your body and what you eat affects your health and everything. I realised this before, but after I watched the video I was like, oh wow, I need to change my life, my eyes. So even if you don't have cancer, I would really recommend to watch it. That is everything that I wanted to say. I hope it made sense. I really hope it made sense. If anyone has any video requests, then just comment them down below. No one's probably going to comment anything and then I'm going to look like an idiot, but if you do have any requests then just comment them down below. I hope it made sense and I hope you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!